Carpenter?
Yes, I am. Come on in. Have a seat.
Thank you.
What may I do for you?
It's not me, it's my grandma. Her payments are going through the roof. She's on a fixed income. Could you please help us?
Why are payments going through the roof, young thing?
Because of our other insurance company.
Really? Has your grandma tried calling her to see if there's anything they could do?
She did, but they said there was nothing that they could do.
Nothing that they could do? It just breaks my heart to hear things such as that. Such thievery. Tony, doesn't it break your heart to hear such things? Breaks Tony's heart too. What about you, little Prim? Does it break your little heart too? It breaks Prim's heart too. I know. So tell me, you came all the way down here. How did you hear about coming to see Mr. Carpenter?
Well, we saw one of your billboards, sir, and we thought, hey, maybe that brave man could help us.
I see. Tony, remember to make a note, billboards are a good thing to have. That's excellent. But of course, not as good as on media. But anyways, back to the case at hand. There are many things we can do here, my friends. Trust me, these other agents seem like they build their company on a throne of lies. Yes, I know. The things that they say, things that they mean. I mean, honestly, if I had a neighbor, a good neighbor, with good hands, I'd keep an eye on that guy. But times have changed. Now we have things called, for example, like ourselves, we're called brokers. We're able to have other companies compete for business, like, let's say, your grandmothers. Poor thing, sitting at home, stressing out every night. It's just wrong, I tell you, it's just wrong. I'm glad you came down. You came to the right place. Trust me. I remember when I was young, newly married, bought my first house. I don't know how I picked my insurance company. Maybe it was my father's company, and nobody told me, and I would just pay the bill.
No.
Yeah. Then the bill would come in. I'd pay it again. That white for me. And then I see the bill come in, and I'd pay it again. And back then we used to take care of ourselves. We didn't think about calling insurance companies to help us. So we just pay the bill. And it didn't dawn on me till going to the local university and realizing how these things work. Then when a company says, oh, we made an extra $350 billion last year, that's the money they're stealing from people like your grandma.
No.
Yes, it's true. See, in Florida here, we have things which are called basically backed by the state. The state backs up your home up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. All the extra money, these companies just pocket, buy jet airplanes, fly around fancy dinners. I hate to say it, but it's true, Tony. I used to be one of them. Yes, I was one for about 10 years of the two big name companies until I realized how they really operate. But pulled the curtain back and saw what really goes down. That's when I decided to cut my ties by religious values. You know what I'm saying?
I do, sir.
Yes. In fact, it was my great uncle. He gave me a line once. He said, Ed, friendship is everything. It's more important than talent. It's more important than the government. It's almost as important as even family. It's true, friendship. And that's what we built this business on, is friendship. And that's what we've grown to the size we are. People like your grandmother, people like you one day. People like my friend Tony. Used to be for another side until we helped him and his family out. Now he's committed to me for life. Of course, that has nothing to do with that horse situation in the past. Of course, we know nothing about that. Right, Tony? That's right, we know nothing about that. But anyways, back to the situation at hand. Your grandmother, any idea how long she has to get this taken care of?
Won't be long, sir. Won't be long.
So she's on the street?
Yes, sir.
I got a lot of connections in this town. I can take care of insurance. Don't worry about that. And I got friends. I'm not as good as Tony. My friend Tony has a great friend. Maybe we can look at her mortgage, restructure that. We can save this from breaking into ugliness. I'm gonna make your grandma an offer she can't refuse. Tony, may I have a quote, please? Thank you, my friend. You know, I heard through the grapevine that you were coming down today. Have this pre-made up, just for your grandmother. She has a good reputation in this town. One that I'm proud to say I'd like to be her friend. Do you want to be my friend?
I do, sir. I think I do.
Excellent. Give this to your grandmother. When she sees that, she will feel like a young, virtuous woman again, dancing as she did back in their younger days.
Thank you so much, sir.
Don't mention it. To me, that is. But tell your friends, tell the world, how nice and kind Carpenter Insurance was to you this day.
Oh, I will, sir. I will. I'll go on Twitter. I'll Instagram it. I'll do the whole shebang.
Twitter and Instagram? Yeah. I don't think we've heard of those things, my dear, but I'm sure it's good.
It is, sir. It is.
Excellent. So be gone with you. And may the peace and the love follow you wherever you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just breaks my heart to hear such things like that. Sometimes you just gotta go to the mat against these other companies. Don't want to degrade them, don't want to bag on them. But as little Primmy knows, the things they do are just not right. Isn't that right, Primmy? Yes, it is, Mr. C. Cutest little dog in the world, isn't it? That's right. The end of another successful day, helping out families in the local community. You've been proud of me, Uncle. You taught me well.
Oh, are you Mr. Carpenter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I really need your help. So, I was just driving down the road, minding my own business, and then this car, had the nerve to come up behind me and, just, totally hit me. And, of course, I had told all my friends on Twitter and Instagram, but besides the point, the guy was, a total jerk about it. And then now my dad says, apparently since I'm always running into things, I don't know, he's taking me off the insurance or something, and I don't know, something about college, and I kind of stopped listening after that. But, what do I do? Do I just, what do I do?
I believe I might be able to help you. Tell me, is your parents kicking you out of the house, or do you still live there?
Well, I still live there because, I don't believe in, working and stuff. But I just, apparently, things are gonna start costing money. I don't know.
Right. So let me see if I understand this. Your parents say you have to get your own insurance.
Yeah.
But you don't have a job.
Yeah.
And do you have to pay for it, or are they still going to pay for it?
Daddy said something about me taking responsibility. What? But
you're still going to be living at home?
Of course.
Okay, excellent. Well, let me ask you a couple questions here. How many accidents have you had?
8, 9.
What? Wow, that's pretty many. And what kind of car do you drive?
350Z.
350Z. Same car? They haven't had to replace it?
No.
Just a lot of fender benders and not paying attention things?
Well, I pay attention on my phone.
I love people like you. You make my life fun. Of course, to be honest with you, I might have some advice for your father, okay? If you're going to be living at the house, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex what?
Radar.
Radar. Alex Radar. I have a system here. 1 moment, please. Well, it's not as bad as you say. You've only had 7 accidents, but 3 tickets. I'm surprised you even have insurance. I have a feeling his company is going to want to drop their whole policy. That might be what's happening to them.
What's a policy?
Well, that's the coverage so you can drive on the streets without getting a ticket when you get pulled over and the officer says, can I see license and registration and proof of insurance? That's that piece of paper. So your whole family has a couple options. One, they need to come see me because obviously they're getting dropped. But to be honest with you, you're not going to be able to get your own policy if you're living at the house. A lot of crazy rules out there with auto insurance. If you're living at the house, you can get your own policy, but then they're going to want your whole family on that policy.
Ugh, not
Yeah.
even daddy?
Even daddy. And then you got to even be on daddy's policy. So what's the point? The real thing to do here is to find you the best rate and then find out how much your portion is and you pay your father for it. Where do you think you might be getting a job at?
Well, I want to be a fashion designer, so I was thinking Gucci or something like that. I don't know.
Got you. Ever thought about maybe starting a little smaller to make some money?
What's that?
Well, that's true. Well, Angel, I can't do anything now, but let your dad know that we can help him. But if not, he's going to be unable to take you totally off the policy because you live in the household. In fact, I have a friend of mine who was in the same situation, and his daughter lives somewhere else.
She was pretty?
Well, nobody I think would be as pretty as you sitting there, to be honest.
Okay.
And with your little puppy too.
My little baby.
Yes, it is a little doll face. But the point I'm trying to make, if you're able to kind of comprehend what I'm saying here,
I'm right there with you.
your father doesn't want your liability, which is a fancy word for if you hurt somebody, they're going to sue him. But the issue is there was a situation where the father was paying for his daughter's insurance who lived in another house. And the lawyers found out that since he was writing the check, they still attach it and they still sue him. So even though your dad's thinking correctly, the way things are now, it's not that simple and it's going to take some time.
That's what I said, basically.
You said all that to your father?
Well, not exactly, but, you know, kind of.
Excellent. Well, can I get you a drink or something for the road? Because,
Do you have Starbucks here?
no, I don't have Starbucks, but I do got some 6-hour-old black coffee you can have.
I'm good. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in. May the Lord bless you and keep everybody else safe on them roads, if you know what I mean.
Bless you too!
Well, thank you. You're a joy. Well, I hope you all had as much fun watching that little production as we did shooting it here. It was definitely entertaining on this side. Wish you could have been here. But the point I wanted to get across, the main underlying theme, is that things are different now. I don't know what it is you do as a living. You can be a construction worker, an artist, maybe somebody in a band somewhere. But if you think about it, everything is about business. You got to think of you and your home and your life as a business, because I know we do, and I know the big companies do. So when we say, hey, give us a call, we'll save you 40, 50 bucks a month, that works out to like $500 or $600 a year. I know you like the idea about the 600 bucks, but like, why waste my time for $40? Well, because the big guys understand it, and they times that by 10,000 and they're raking it in. And I hate seeing you getting taken advantage of. So with that kind of thinking, our staff here at Carpenter Insurance has grown from 2 to 11. The amount of customers has gone from 0 to over 6,500. And there's only one reason, is because we saved you money and gave you great customer service. It's impossible for us to do just one and not the other. Otherwise, you won't come to us. So you get both here. So we'll do all the work. Just go to the webpage, say, hey, I'd like to have a quote on this, and we'll spend all the time back here, and then we'll just simply give you a rate. And I know you're going to love it, and you're going to love how we treat you. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.